your Zigzag diary system into a Google Calendar. So as we know, clicking on the envelope here will bring up the new Zigzag diary system, and we can link that to a Google Calendar. So hovering over your name on the left hand side here and choosing Preferences, we have Google Calendar in the middle here. Now, a few little bits to set up before you can link in. Firstly, you need to have a Google account. Whenever you have a Google account, you will automatically get Google Calendars. And secondly, we need to make that account understand that Zigzag will be writing information to it and wanting to receive information. So we have this in the small print here. If you just copy the Zigzag reference that you will need when you go to Google. So let's just go to Google Calendars, and inside Google Calendars, got a few little calendar setup here. I've got a number of calendars, but it's the Zigzag calendar that we want to actually share. So just click on here and share this calendar, and I'm just going to paste in what I copied out of Zigzag, which was the long email account, or looks like an email account for Zigzag. Just make sure you don't have any leading spaces or spaces at the end either. Once you've put that in here, the preferences or the permission settings that need to be set up, it needs to be able to make changes to events. So you've got to make sure that's selected and click Add Person. So now there's two people actually sharing this. There could be multiple people, but there's myself and the Zigzag account. The last thing that you need to do is to make the calendar public. Now, by making the calendar public, when you press save, it will say that it could be visible to the outside world, including Google search. Zigzag do not index these for Google search, so it would not be found inside Zigzag. So if we just click yes, that we're happy with that. So now we've done that. One last thing that you need to do is just make sure that you know what your calendar details are. So calendar settings, and down here for you in your calendar address, you have a calendar ID. The calendar ID for me here is actually an email address. So that I need that information to be able to put back into Zigzag, so Zigzag will know which one to write it to. So in Zigzag, I'm going to just paste in the email address there and click link. So now my diary within Zigzag is linked to my diary within Google. So we'll see here that on Friday the 1st we've got New Year's Day. On the Google Calendar we have New Year's Day. If I wanted to change when New Year's Day was, and move that to Sunday the 3rd, and that's changed there, just need to refresh the diary and you'll see that New Year's Day is changed to the 3rd. Move it back to the 1st with inside Zigzag, and then if we look in Google, just as it refreshes, it's popped itself back into Friday. The other things that you can link into Google as well, if we go back into preferences, is you can have your delivery runs linked into Google, which we'll click on yes. And also any bookings, so these are purchase bookings, so any purchase orders coming in that are booked into your warehouse you can share with the Google Calendar as well. If I just close that, if we look at the Zigzag calendar as well, there are a couple of runs that we're sitting in there, and if we look into the Google Calendar, then it's brought those runs across. For more information on how the calendar system works, then please check the other video tutorials.